Hello, everybody, and welcome to the State of the Series NLDS update. The Dodgers are up 2 games to none over the Diamondbacks, looking good, sitting pretty in the driver's seat, and every other cliche that you can pull. The Dodgers are packing their swimming trunks for the trip to Phoenix, and everything's looking like blue roses for the Dodgers. Let's go over a few observations that I have so far from the series. I have a couple of course notes. Of course, Kenley Jansen is coming through and doing very well. He picked up the 5 out save last night and just is completely shutting down the Diamondbacks, looking very good. In case any of you were curious at his at bat when he came up in the bottom of the eighth, he was ordered by Dave Roberts not to swing. And Kenley let us all know in the press conference afterwards that he loves to swing and wanted to, but Dave Roberts said no way. Conserve that energy. One more, of course, note. Of course, Justin Turner, the redhead ginger boy, is just doing very well once again. Game one, he was gangbusters. He came out in the first inning with a 3-run blast to set the pace for the series, and he picked up 5 RBIs on the night. He's playing pretty solid defense on the hot corner, so JT and Kenley, very good, very good. One more, of course, Yasiel Puig, kicking Arizona booty. Puig is batting .550 for the series. He's got a triple, a double, 4 RBIs. He hasn't picked up a power home run yet, but we know that's coming. And last night he stopped an Arizona rally dead in its tracks when Goldschmidt hit a single and he was on first. Pollock came up and hit a single, and on a ball that normally Goldschmidt probably would have went from first to third, he stayed at second and held there because just the threat of Yasiel Puig's arm in right field kept him there, and that put a nice skid on the Diamondbacks rally. All right, surprises for the series. Logan Forsythe. Who knew he would come up as big as he is? We knew that Logan started getting hot toward the tail end of the season, and so that's continuing over. But wow, Logan is really surprising me. He's batting .500 for the series. He's 3 for 5, 3 singles last night. He scored 3 runs. He stole a base. He's doing very well. The other surprise, Kenta Maeda. When I saw Maeda made the postseason roster over Hyunjin Ryu, I was a little disappointed. I was not crazy about Maeda, but I've got to give credit where credit is due. Dave Roberts and his coaching staff and the front office all made the right choice. So far, so good with Maeda. He was dominant last night. Maeda's fastball and changeup had a differential of right around 10 miles per hour. The fastball was coming in at 94, his changeup at 85, 9-mile-per-hour difference. He had the Diamondbacks on their heels and was doing very well. I think Dave Roberts pulled Maeda too soon. More on that coming up. What else? How about some Gimme More, Gimme Less? Gimme More, Captain Clutch. Gimme More, Andre Ethier. He sat in game one. At least didn't come up to bat in game one, but he got a very critical at-bat last night as a pinch hitter. He came in and he was clutch. Archie Bradley was having trouble finding the strike zone, and Andre Ethier did not help him out. He worked a bunch of pitches and he ended up walking, which was quality professional at bat. Nice work, Ethier. Give me more of him. And give me more of Austin Barnes behind the plate and at bat. Austin Barnes also coming up big in game 2. So let's see some more of them. Gimme less. Gimme less Granderson. In our last video, we mentioned Granderson could be a wild card, and Granderson got hot with Logan Forsythe toward the end of the season. They both got hot. And we thought the wild card would be, will they slip back into their old habits? It looks like in game 1, Granderson did slip back into good old 0 for 4 Grandy. So give me less Granderson. I don't want to see very much more of him. And give me a little bit less Grandal as well, but give me less Granderson for sure. And give me less bullpen cute moves. This is what I was talking about earlier with Kenta Maeda. Maeda was doing very well last night, and Dave Roberts pulled him. Now, the arguments are being made that Maeda got pulled because the next 4 batters were going to be lefties, and so that's why he went with Cingrani. But let me tell you, Maeda was red hot. Maeda can pitch to righties and to lefties. Maeda had a 5-run lead. You could have left the hot pitcher in, a guy that's accustomed to both sides of the plate pitching and a guy that's accustomed to multiple innings. And when he's red hot and you got a 5-run lead, you don't have to yank him. He went to Cingrani. Cingrani did get a couple of the guys out, but he had to return for the next inning, which is something that these guys usually don't do. They're spot relievers. They come in for a batter or 2 and then they're out. They don't usually do multiple innings. And I think that bullpen bingo really created some unnecessary drama that the Dodgers didn't have to have. Now, a couple of final notes coming up before we end. But of course, you know what we always have in our videos is a beer review, right? So let's get to a beer review before our final notes. Here today, we've got from Drake's Brewing. Drake's Brewing is up north, San Leandro, California. It's up on the other end of the state. This is Aroma Coma IPA. I was in the mood for an IPA today, so that's why this one got the pull. A quick mention, I picked up a mix and match 6-pack over at my local craft beer store, and so I've got some nice new beers for us to review. This happens to be the first out of that mix and match 6-pack. So we've got Drake's Aroma Coma IPA. This comes in a little bit high. This is probably why they call it Coma. The alcohol count is a 6.8. So let's check this out, shall we? Here we go. Let's give a pour. This is for the Dodgers, being up 2-0. Hoorah! All right, it's got a nice head on it. Lively bubble action in the glass. We've got a nice copper golden dark gold color. The smell is fresh and crisp. I like this. Independent craft brewer, Drake's Brewing, up north, San Leandro. Let's give a taste. Boy, I love when it's got a nice head on the top, you know, and that first drink gives you that blend of smoothie, creamy head and the golden liquid beer that follows it. It's got a nice lingering aftertaste that I'm still feeling the sweetness of as I speak to you now. I'm feeling it on the top of the palate and on the sides of the tongue. Very, very nice. Let's see what else we notice. A little bit of a sharp hoppiness, but not too much. Not so high that if you don't love all of that sharp hops, this is just enough to give you a feel for it. And I'm picking up a little bit of citrus in here, maybe like a grapefruit flavor. This is a very drinkable beer. Grapefruit, but it's not sour. And that sweet, lingering aftertaste mingling with the grapefruit, mind you. This is a very nice beer. Really smooth. There's a lot of complex flavors going on in here, and they're all well balanced. Drake's Brewing Company. Nice work. Nice job. Speaking of nice job, Dave Roberts so far is doing a nice job with the Dodgers. But I've got a couple of notes for him, final notes. Listen, Roberts, when you've got the Diamondbacks down, don't take your cleat off their throats. You gotta go for the finish and pile up the runs and keep it going. All right? For example, in game one, I was speaking earlier about Granderson and Grandal not doing a whole lot at the plate. We had a lead on Arizona, but we had a chance to pile on. And Granderson was already something like 0 for 3, and he still gave Granderson the opportunity to go 0 for 4, which, where have we seen that movie before? Only almost ever since the guy first came to the club. Just go for the hit, go for the kill, bring Ethier off the bench, bring whoever else you've got sitting on the bench, bring Utley off the bench, bring in the RBI makers. Let's not keep trying to see maybe he can get a hit this time. No, keep your foot on the throat, keep your foot on the gas, and just keep running over the snakes. And don't give them a chance. Game 2, same idea. What Roberts did was he got cutesy with the bullpen. He had a dominating pitcher with a 5-run lead, and he pulled him so he could play matchups. Y quien sabe qué. You know what? Maeda was doing very well. Leave the man in. He was dominating. Let him continue killing the snakes. He can be on a short leash if need be, but otherwise, just keep dominating. All right, so that's my note to the Dodgers for tomorrow. Just keep dominating. Don't let them back into this series at all. Let's sweep. Let's see our boys go swimming in the pool once more. And from me to you, everybody, happy goodbye with a Puig tongue. So long, everybody. Peace.